Pythagoreans believed in the concept of reincarnation. They thought that the soul is immortal and undergoes a cycle of rebirth, known as transmigration. The specific details of this cycle could vary, but the idea was that the soul would be reborn into a new body after death. The quality of the soul's next life was thought to be influenced by the deeds and experiences of its previous lives. According to Pythagoreanism, the goal was to purify the soul through philosophical and ethical practices, leading to a higher state of existence in subsequent lives. The process of reincarnation was seen as a way for the soul to learn and evolve over time. It's important to note that the details of Pythagorean beliefs may have varied among different followers and over time. Additionally, as with many ancient philosophical traditions, the understanding of Pythagoreanism is somewhat limited due to the lack of direct written records from Pythagoras himself. The information available comes from later sources, which may not always provide a complete and accurate picture of the original teachings. The concept of the soul and the chariot with two horses is famously discussed in Plato's Phaedrus, specifically in the myth presented by Socrates during a dialogue with Phaedrus. In this myth, Socrates describes the soul as a charioteer riding a chariot drawn by two horses. The charioteer represents reason or the rational part of the soul, while the two horses represent different aspects of human nature or the soul's desires. The noble horse, or nonogram agathos. This horse symbolizes noble and virtuous aspects of the soul. It is well-behaved, obedient, and aligned with reason. The charioteer can easily guide this horse toward the pursuit of truth and higher ideals. The ignoble horse, cholos or kakos. This horse represents base or unruly desires and passions. It tends to resist the guidance of the charioteer and is driven by appetites and impulses. The charioteer must exert effort to control and direct this horse. The charioteer's challenge is to navigate and balance the conflicting tendencies of the two horses. If successful, the soul can ascend to the realm of the forms and achieve a higher understanding of truth and beauty. However, if the horses are not well controlled, the soul may struggle in its pursuit of wisdom. The chariot allegory in Phaedrus serves as a metaphor for the human soul's internal conflict between reason and desire. It highlights the importance of self-discipline, virtue, and the harmonious integration of different aspects of the self in the pursuit of intellectual and moral excellence. In Plato's Phaedrus, the chariot allegory vividly illustrates the internal dynamics of the human soul, using the image of a charioteer with two horses to represent the mind struggle between reason, desire, and spirited will. The charioteer, symbolizing reason and intellect, attempts to guide the chariot upwards toward the divine realm of truth and wisdom. The two horses pulling the chariot, however, embody opposing forces, one noble and obedient, representing the soul's higher impulses like honor and self-control, and the other unruly and passionate, representing base desires and appetites. The challenge for the charioteer is to maintain control over both horses as they constantly pull in different directions. The noble horsey understands the charioteer's commands and willingly assists in the upward journey toward truth and enlightenment. However, the disobedient horse resists, indulging in lust, greed, and the physical pleasures that distract the soul from its higher calling. This internal conflict mirrors the struggles individuals face in balancing their rational thoughts with emotional and physical desires. The allegory underscores that the soul's success depends on the charioteer's ability to bring these forces into harmony. If reason remains weak and the charioteer fails to discipline the wild horse, the soul descends into chaos, pursuing fleeting pleasures and losing sight of true knowledge and virtue. However, if reason masters both horses, especially by restraining the unruly one, the soul can ascend to the divine, achieving intellectual and moral excellence. This ascent is not a one-time victory, but an ongoing process. The disciplined soul, through self-control and philosophical inquiry, continually strives to balance its desires and rationality, inching closer to the realm of forms, Plato's ultimate truth, where the soul glimpses pure knowledge, justice, and beauty. This process of self-mastery is the path to eudaimonia, flourishing or happiness, which in Plato's view is achieved through virtue, wisdom, and the pursuit of a higher, more meaningful life beyond the material world. In essence, the chariot allegory from Phaedrus serves as a powerful metaphor for the internal battles that shape human life. Plato presents it not just as a philosophical ideal, but as a practical guide for living a virtuous life. It emphasizes the importance of self-discipline and the cultivation of the mind in overcoming the distractions of bodily desires, thereby allowing individuals to reach their full potential, both morally and intellectually. Through this allegory, Plato advocates for the harmonious integration of the soul's various aspects, reason, spirit, and desire, in the lifelong pursuit of wisdom and self-knowledge.